Hello, angels. It's the West Coast Bells, and we're back with the review from Marriage Boot Camp Hip Hop Edition, Season 17, Episode 2. I'm Ty,
And I'm Misha.
and let's get right on into it. I can already see, first of all, that this is a mess, and I'm starting to wonder: is everybody's relationship just a mess? Like, are all relationships just a mess? Do you think? And people just be acting like it's good.
I'm in a good relationship. And bad things happen, but I'm in a good relationship. Like sometimes it's not, the best, or we might have an argument every blue moon, but I'm in a good relationship.
Well, mine all right, but we'll talk about it later at therapy. And
I go feds around you. Don't give them too
anyway,
much.
moving right along to the highlights. Okay, so they go right into the confessionals, and they, you know, um, went to sleep mad pretty much. But anyway, they go right into Tahiri and Vado. He makes a comment about her being not hood like she was.
I mean, now that she's 50, he
And that
wasn't
brings me
be
to her
like she was
comment,
when
which
she was
was
20.
perfect.
What'd he say?
That brings me to her comment, which was absolutely perfect. Her response was, "Stop comparing me to my 20-year-old self. I'm a grown ass woman." Yeah.
Right.
I thought that that was the perfect response. This guy is immature. Okay.
Yeah, he
And he
is.
really needs to grow up and understand that he has a boss. And when you have a Tahiri, you have to let Tahiri be Tahiri, whatever she is, and just help her,
Right.
because she'll thrive, you know, she'll
Hmm.
thrive with the right person behind her. So, I mean, I think he has probably some insecurity that he's battling with in being her shadow, because it's always going to
Right.
be Tahiri and Vado and not Vado and
Right.
Tahiri.
Right.
That's my opinion. But anyway, then they go to Willie and Shonda. Like you said in the last review, cheating. It's always been their issue. It's been a lot of people's issue. Um, Cheating. He been cheating the whole time.
I don't think he's gonna stop. I just
I'm
like
pretty sure he's not gonna stop.
what's his motivation to stop if he's been cheating for the whole time and she's been there for the whole time? What's what's his
I don't
motivation to
really
stop?
see I don't really see him stopping anything, because he does, like you said, there's no motivation to, he doesn't have to. There's no repercussions for his actions.
Hmm.
So I mean, if he can get away with it, of course he's gonna do it. He's getting new pussy. Why
Right,
wouldn't
right,
you know?
right.
But whatever. They're boring. I can see that their whole issue is the cheating, and that's definitely going to be boring for this season. Anyways, when we move right along, they go to Tahiri's favorite in the kitchen, talking about how nasty sex with her man.
They
What
what?
would you tell your friend? What would you tell your friend?
If what?
If she said we're not having sex, and she's in a relationship with somebody that she really wants to be with. Because what Tahiri basically was like, if you don't want to test the milk before you buy the cow.
I would tell my friend that don't think that there's a formula to being in a relationship. There is no formula. There is no right and way. You just have to be with somebody that wants to be in a relationship,
Right.
you know? So, I mean, and you have to have, some things in common as far as how you value a relationship or how you feel about marriage, even. So, if it were my friend and she like, I'm not having sex, I'll be like, to each his own. But that fine man gonna go get him some ass.
I'm just saying. I mean, I do feel that if you care for someone, then you feel a natural obligation to do certain things. However,
Uh,
as a woman, I feel like you have the right to decide for yourself when it's time to do whatever you want to do. And honestly, it's gonna be whatever you decide. It doesn't. You don't even have to have a reason. But
right.
she did say that she don't want nobody to take her money, which leads me to what I said before is that he doesn't have enough money, and that's why she hasn't given him any ass. Because if he had enough money at this point, you know, he would get that PhD puss. Okay,
The thing is that this, you know
he
what?
would get Dr.
When
Puss.
when the thing is this, Phaedra and Apollo didn't just break up, they were broken up by the system. Like, seriously, he went to jail. If he wasn't going to jail, if he had never gotten caught for what he did, they would still be together. She just didn't want to be with no bird, and I ain't gonna be with no bird either. I ain't writing no letters, I ain't sending
Not
no
for
money.
no 5 years, not for no 2 years, not for 6 months. So if you
I'm not
go
putting
away,
my life on hold for nobody.
yeah, yes.
Nobody. So
I'm not that loyal. I'm just
yeah,
not.
so she basically had sex with him immediately in the halfway house, and their relationship may have lasted if it were not for, his time that he had to spend away.
Well,
You
I'm
know,
not going to say that because they were kind of actually breaking up prior to that as well. If you remember, he had said anything he does for her, it never seems like it's good enough. Like he bought her a BMW, and it was probably a weak ass BMW. You know, the little old boxy. It was like,
oh,
I can't
oh my
think.
God.
I don't think
He didn't buy no weak ass BMW. No, he did
yes,
not.
he got that one for $8,000 off the marketplace.
You you are crazy.
So now Phaedra's like, I have money now. Like she settled in, but she definitely doesn't have to settle now. And this is the thing, Apollo was fine. So I might have let go of a couple inhibitions.
Oh, it's he.
I mean, he's so sweet. Honey. Woo.
So is
You,
Medea.
no. Apollo is a playground, baby. Okay, you can see that. You can look at him,
He's so little.
but
He
she's
only like
tiny.
5'3".
She's tiny.
He's 5'3", 145 pounds. Girl,
Yeah, but she was smaller
look
than
big and
him.
muscular on TV.
She was
That boy
smaller than
is
him, though, so it was like 6 feet to her. You know what I'm saying? That's our 6 feet.
yeah, because he ain't 6 feet. Because he ain't 6 feet.
But yeah, that's different. This guy here, he just gives me something really. I know you think he's awesome, but it's something kind of. He's giving me some kind of goof or something. I just don't know what it is.
So
But
you said
anyway,
he got me.
I'm not sure about that. I gotta double check. I'm gonna watch the episode again. But those fans, the way they were sitting, did look like it kind of looked like, I ain't gonna say her name, but you know who I'm talking about, your old friend.
Okay, keep going. Keep going.
Okay, so then they go to Corrupt trying to hug Tony. Girl, I died laughing. She got this. I remember. Okay, remember Snoopy? This is his cousin Droopy.
But
Her whole lip is
she
upside
just got
down.
a natural scowl because she's really angry right now. I just took it
She's
as she was
so
really
mad at him.
angry.
She don't like him no more.
She does
And
not like
he's
him.
drunk.
She don't even want to be with him. I know,
She don't want to
it's
be
a
with him.
couple. it's a couple people on here that's just here for a money grab, and I think that Phaedra is up there for a money grab, and I do think that Corrupt is up there for a money
Phaedra is
grab.
definitely, that's a money grab.
And
Corrupt is
so
not
is
there for a money grab. I
Shonda
believe
and
Corrupt
Willie too.
needs the
Right,
money.
Shonda and Willie too. They know they're not gonna break up. If he been cheating for 12 years and you ain't break up with him, what's gonna make y'all break up in the next 2 weeks?
Right.
Nothing.
Well, anyways, moving right along, Dr. Ish comes in, and he typically gets everybody together. So he comes in and gives them an assignment to write down the things that they don't like about their partner, the things that they really resent.
Mhm.
And he separates the men and the women. So the men go do their thing and the women go do their thing. And in the women's group, right, Tony mentions Corrupt friends stealing from the house, right? And him falling off the wagon.
I know they not stealing.
Wait, that's what Phaedra said. Phaedra said, wait a minute. They be stealing?
You cannot you can't even feel comfortable going to sleep if somebody is stealing from your house.
Here's
It
my
makes you
thing.
go crazy. It
I
makes you
lose
go
stuff
crazy.
and think somebody stole it from me, and I'll be so I just lose stuff. I'll misplace something and I'll be like, somebody gonna clip me, and I'll be so mad.
Yeah,
So when somebody actually gets you, that's a whole nother level.
right. Like
He would have to go.
yeah, exactly. Anytime anybody black lose something, it's not lost. Somebody stole it. Somebody stole it.
Somebody
So
stole it and they don't credit.
if somebody really stealing, that sends you into a whole nother level of psychosis because you be believing that you actually misplaced it.
Right. But she also talks about him falling off the wagon. And here's what's interesting to me. Okay, he's obviously been living this same life for a long time. When they be rapping about this stuff, they don't be just, well, some things they fabricate, some things they like to fluff up. But when they talk about the drugs and the alcohol and the sex, they be serious about that. That's something that they really be living. So when you get with someone that's been living that lifestyle for so long, what do you really expect?
Right.
Sipping on
Right.
juice.
It reminds me of
liquor cabinet.
remember Coolio and what was the girl's name? Coolio and Mimi. Coolio and Mimi from Love Goals. It was the same exact thing.
And she
The
walked
same
up in there acting like Coolio. And he bald headed with a ponytail right here and a ponytail right here.
He has his head shaved.
And got holes cut in the hat for the two ponytails to stick through.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Not with him on nothing. But anyways, we got to stay on task here because we're talking about marriage boot camp and not Love Goals.
Yes.
But anyhow, okay, so yeah, he been drinking. He gonna keep drinking. He gonna act like he's stopping drinking, and then he gonna drink some more. And y'all gonna keep on arguing. You need to leave him alone. He not ready. He needs to go to rehab. And then we'll talk about that later. Dr. Ish called the group outside and had them write some raps about the relationships. Anyways, they cut to the confession, and Tahiri calls her man broke. Listen, it's two things you can say to a man, okay, to break his spirit in a relationship.
Yes.
You can talk about his dick, and you can talk about his money.
Yes, preach.
And I'm not sure what type of relationship you expect to have with him, humiliating him on national TV and talking about his money, but you might as well go on and talk about his penis too and just leave him entirely because he's never going to see you the same anyway.
Right, right. Okay.
And then Hazel E. and her man. She's little boys. I mean, I just can't with her because, I mean, this is the thing. I can understand if it's a bossy young, hey.
A little rich dude that is more grown up or more mature, can go to more mature places and appreciate more mature things in life. I can't. I can't even take Hazel E seriously because of that.
Listen. I could even take it if she just wanted somebody to just beat it up right quick. Because sometimes, you know, they want to go get their jackrabbit or whatever. I can't take when a 40-something-year-old woman really wants to try to be in a relationship with a 20-something-year-old man and getting mad because he's not 40-something.
Yeah, get mad because he's not mature.
He don't act
He's gonna
like
be
he's 40.
immature. Like, sis, what are you looking for in such a young person? You can't look to try to raise somebody. You got to let that man become the man that he's gonna become.
Right.
You know, and
And so
either
then
you
they go to Willie and Shonda again, right? Because I
don't.
got to move on from that because I can't give Hazel E too much because you just, oh my gosh, come on, come on. Anyways, they go back to Willie and Shonda. He's a cheater. Okay. And we can't say that enough, sis. He's a cheater. He cheats.
He's not gonna stop.
He's never gonna stop cheating. He like
He's never gonna stop cheating.
He's got a body and he can sing. And come to think about it, R&B singers do cheat till they die. I'm just saying, what
I'm
R&B
with
singer
you.
do you know that had a successful 70-year marriage? I don't believe it. I believe it when I see it.
Yep. They be just getting married again.
Ronald Ivy,
They be getting married every 5 years. Okay, no,
for real.
get married every 5 years.
Okay, so then they move to Phaedra and Medina, right?
He's something else.
They go to the Phaedra and Medina because I can't stay on them either. He's a cheater. We know he's a cheater. The cheaters are going to be the cheaters and the cheaters. And if they're in temptation with a cheating. Okay.
Do that.
So Phaedra and Medina, he just wants to hit it. I mean, she's probably right for holding out. I think that after he does get it, he'll see that it's probably whack and he's gonna leave. Because he's already waiting too long. It's like he's gonna be doing something with someone else.
It's not even gonna be all it's cracked up to be. And she talking about what I have in my lower half is so powerful that you might lose your mind.
Okay. If they say, yeah. I mean, I ain't mad at him. I ain't mad at him.
Hey, if you don't treat it like a jewel, ain't nobody else
Well,
gonna
then
do it.
again, she might have that firepower. You know, that remember we did to say that is Dr. Phaedra.
You're talking about doctor.
Anyway, they went to Corrupting Tony, and these are all of their rap. Corrupting Tony, his rap was so whack.
It was so whack. He didn't even sound like a rapper. Like, what happened to the
Dog Pound?
You know
that West Coast.
Yeah, what happened to
that West Coast? What that West Coast?
Oh my goodness!
And she murdered his little. I mean, I was like, I don't even know where she's from or her nationality. But I mean, she actually had something and she spoke about it. And that's what hip hop is typically about. Like when you have something that's really deep down in you that you feel and you express it through music. So she had more than him.
Yes, he spit the most ABC. They were right here. He spit the most ABC.
Mary
it wasn't even ABC. It was Mary had a little lamb.
But look, she cussed him out in her rap. Her whole rap, she just cussed him out. She tired of him. She don't want to deal with him. I would be surprised if she's not already cheating with somebody that's way better. I mean, why is she even with him? She doesn't like him anymore. She doesn't want to be with him. I don't understand the relationship.
And he's cheating. And he's an alcoholic.
How you gonna be with him? And he's not very attractive.
That's my thing about these relationships. They portray into the world that they are in like a real relationship, but with somebody that don't love you, with somebody that's been drinking until they cuss you out and verbally abuse you and cheat on you constantly. Where in the hell? What are your standards for love? Is what I want to know. Like, what do you require in order to stay in love or fall out of love? Because it just seems like if somebody cheated on you for 12 years, and I know all marriages are different, and what you do in your marriage is what you do, but it would lead somebody to believe that these are people that have never been in love. Like this is somebody that ain't never been in that. This is somebody that has never been in love. If he's
Yeah.
cheating 12 out of 12 years, do you think he really loves her?
He is very emotionally, and I mean, I just can't. Corrupt is oh my gosh, he is very emotionally immature. Like he just doesn't express himself well at all, and he gets drunk, and then it's even worse. And I just wouldn't be able to deal with that.
Oh
I
yeah,
just
we are talking about corrupt. I got back on Willie girl because
yeah no
I can't believe that. But yeah, corrupt too. And he's cheating. You know, he gets drunk. They have really bad arguments. So you know they're saying things to each other that are terrible. You know,
yeah.
like what makes you love him? Like what did you fall in love with? He been like that. Like what made you say one day, I love you? Like what?
Girl, anyways, I mean, we'll get back to them because they got a special issue. And Dr. Ish does address it, and so does I mean, not the doctor, but Judge Toller. She comes in and lets them know what they really need to hear. But anyways, Hazel E in the next scene gets mad because Tahiri kind of zips down her jacket a little bit and shows her bralette. I personally didn't see anything wrong with it, even if a little nipple was showing, like whatever. Nobody was really looking at her. I didn't see any nipple. So I don't really believe that there was some nipple showing. But Hazel got offended probably because her dude out there young and she felt like he was looking at Tahiri titty. And Tahiri got a fat ass too, so she's probably already intimidated by her natural fat ass
Yeah, yeah,
and her natural shape.
yeah.
Um, Tahiri kind of checks her, gives her grown woman, like, you're not finna check me, period. And I'll do whatever I want to do. You just being insecure out here, acting like a little girl, whatever. So, that was that. Phaedra and Tahiri kind of got together and did tell Hazel E that she was wearing a wrestling outfit.
Yeah, and the
And that
thing
it was showing her ass. And I agree with that. If we talking about how we're dressing around someone's man, um, they they both could have been a little more conservative. I think that Tahiri was actually dressed a lot more conservative than Hazel E was with their
yeah,
wrestling
yeah,
outfit,
yeah, yeah.
with the baby onesie.
And
So
Phaedra can't get into no conversation about that because you know she done already
showed her ass,
showed her ass.
literally,
Literally, okay? Her entire ass,
her
okay?
entire ass.
Entire ass. So
Yeah. So, anyways, she acts like in that scene that she's speaking on behalf of Tahiri's man. And that's what kind of got me like, you don't even know my man and you don't know me.
and
Don't.
Tahiri is somebody that you can Google and see naked, basically. You know, if you go back, far enough, you can Google some really sexy pictures of her, and if you want to see her, he can see her. She don't
Right.
have to, try to get with your man or try to get attention from your man, you know.
Yeah, that was really weird. Like if somebody comes to me and be like, your husband said, or your husband wouldn't like that, I wouldn't respond well. That's
Me
all I can
neither.
say.
She flat out was like, that's what Vado is talking about. Like, wait a minute, you don't even know
Right.
him. He's
Right.
not
You don't
talking
even
about
know
that.
him.
Clearly
Go
intimidated
sit
by
your
past
ugly ass
relationships and the
down.
status of the status of the guys that I've dated previously. He's clearly intimidated by that and has a little bit of insecurity that he shows. It's not about what I'm wearing and what I'm doing online. It's not.
Yeah, that was a little bit much for me when Hazel E did that. And I don't like women like that. Like, don't give up your girl. Ain't what happened to the girl code, bitch? Wait. I thought she was about the
Right.
girl code.
Girl code. Girl code.
I can't. Anyways, they go to the resentment walls. This is another part of Dr. Ish's assignment that he had to exercise for them. The actual physical getting rid of whatever they're harboring, the feelings that they're harboring. So they build these resentment walls with all of the words that they wrote down about what they resent for their partner. And to the guest surprise, or to the couple surprise, their pictures were actually on the back too. But the assignment was to go and knock out the part that bothers you the most first, and just try to break the wall down.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And like I said, to the couple surprise, their pictures were actually on the back of it.
Right.
But in this scene, something that we got to talk about is Corrupt was so extra. Like,
He needs a different kind of help.
He does. He's in the wrong place. But maybe Dr. Ish can help him, because Dr. Ish did say that he has, several rehab facilities. That's where he needs to send him.
Yes, definitely.
He needs to send him to Betty Ford.
80 acres. He needs to spend at Shady Acres.
So speaking to that, because Corrupt was so extra, and he done threw the damn hammer at the thing and it compromised the health and welfare of the whole cast members and stuff. Dr. Ish decided to have a quick one-on-one with him about his drinking. And he kind of lets him know, yeah, he got a problem and he needs to work on it. If he doesn't, and he says straight up, you're going to lose her if you don't work on it. If you don't stop drinking like this, you're going to lose your girl. I don't think Corrupt cares about Tony at all.
I don't either.
I don't see it. I think he's faking for the cameras, even trying to come hug on her and anything like that. I think she's been done with him.
Yeah.
That's just how I feel about that.
And I do agree with her when she said that she liked the way the hammer went straight through his mouth. And that was the most notable for her, because the very thing that he's doing to himself. Okay.
Yeah. So I forgot to tell you that Hazel E had went and told Vado about Tahiri. Did I tell you that part?
Yes, she did. We didn't discuss it.
Like, that's so out of, okay, where the girl call?
Where the girl call?
How you gonna go tell my man that I unzipped my shirt? And I mean, first of all, he should have checked her. Don't let me come tell you nothing about me.
Nothing about me. You don't have no conversation with no woman about nothing about me. Nothing about me.
How about nothing?
Nothing, because my next words. I'm gonna be like, did that bitch suck your dick?
Right.
That's exactly what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm gonna say.
She come and telling you.
Right.
I'm just saying. So Hazel E told him, and I just don't agree with that. That just stuns me. I just don't understand what came over her to feel that it's her place to go talk to him. Like, she's shady. She's a hater. She's a real life hater. But anyway, in the next scene, Vado come and talk to Tahiri about it, and he get checked. She says exactly the same thing that he said. She goes, "You could have told the bitch. Don't tell me nothing about my woman.
Right. Don't tell me nothing about my woman. I got this. Don't worry nothing about us. Period."
So way too grown for him. He's a wee bit immature. He said they're not going to make it.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
So then they bring everybody back together as a group, and Judge Toller comes and addresses the group. She tells Hazel E, surprisingly enough, she treats her man like a kid. He is a kid.
He is a kid. He's a kid, honey. Hey, poo-poo. Get over here, buddy. Get over here, buddy.
I mean, I just don't understand what she doesn't get about that, or what she even sees in him. Like, I just don't see what he can do for her. She's clearly a little more grown up, even though she is kind of immature.
Mhm.
But anyway, that doesn't surprise me that Judge Toller picked up on that. Then she addresses Willie and Shonda, and this is when she makes that statement that I said was very profound about their relationship. She says, "Your daughter will live the life that you give your wife." Girl, sometimes therapy, even though you're not there at the therapy session, when you watch these shows, you can absorb what's going
Mhm.
on, kind of soak it in and apply it. When she said that, I was like, wow, that is, and he started crying. Of course, he started crying because like a little cheating bitch that he is.
Wait a minute. You I couldn't hear you.
Wait, can you hear
A little bit. Wait, what's going on with your speaker?
me? Girl, wait a minute,
Okay,
because
there you go. There
somebody
you
just called me. Hold on. Let me
go.
see.
No, you can't. You can't. You cannot answer your phone. You cannot. We are almost done.
To switch it back to speakerphone. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, that's all I was trying to do. Okay, so anyway.
Oh my goodness. I'm sorry for the technical difficulties, guys. I'm gonna wait for her to join. Okay.
My bad. Every time I hit the arrow, it takes me out. That's my bad. But anyway, um, that was a profound statement. He started crying like the little, and then what I was saying was, he
Who
started crying
is-
like the little cheating, no good, dirty little bitch that he is.
You said Vito started crying.
No, not Vito, Willie.
Really? Yeah.
He was talking about Willie. She was talking about Willie and Shonda, and she was like, "Your daughter will live the life that you give your wife."
Yes.
And when she said that, I mean, he his eyes red, puffy. He crying. I'm like, yeah, you crying because you're a little cheating bitch. That's what's wrong with you.
Yeah.
That's what's wrong with you. But anyways, that's a deep statement, and all men really need to think about that. Um, whatever your daughter sees in what she grows up with in a relationship, um, she's gonna eventually look for it. She's gonna look for you, is what it is.
Yeah.
She's gonna find you. Yeah, that young you. So I hope y'all know that. And the same with women too, Your daughter's gonna end up being just like you. So do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Anyway, she goes on to corrupt and Tony, Judge Toller does. And she says sometimes therapy is more about the individual than it is the couple.
Mhm.
And we all know that that's in reference to,
To corrupt and his issue.
yes, he needs
Yeah.
grace, and she needs to find a way to separate herself comfortably and move on with her life. I don't understand why she feel like she needs to be with this man who clearly don't give a damn about her and doesn't treat her right at all.
Right. That's my
For what?
that goes right back to what I said when I'm like, what is making you love this person? Like, I understand if a person is so involved and so present in your life and in love that
Yes,
you love them back, but he is not present.
he's not giving her anything.
He's
Period.
not
And he'd be like,
nothing but
"Well,
heart.
leave then." He was like, "Well, leave then." You know what I'm saying? Stuff
And
like
he's
that.
ugly too. No, excuse me. And
See,
he's
I didn't say
ugly too.
he ugly. I said he's not attractive.
He's ugly.
But to
Okay.
each his own. To
And
me,
him
he's
being
not
an
attractive.
alcoholic too, that makes him more ugly. He's ugly. He
This
is.
is the funny part, though. She goes, Tony goes in her like because they switched to the confessional, and she goes, "I walk around happy," and I was like,
When?
"When?" She ain't smiled. I haven't seen her smile at all. Her mouth look like it's upside down. Her whole mouth look like it's upside down. I
She's
cannot.
been scowling ever since she got there. Ever since she got there. She been yeah.
She got a chip on her shoulder about the relationship. So I don't know where she's coming from. But anyways, she goes on to Phaedra and Medina, and she says she sees boss and she sees fear. And she got that right, because Phaedra is a boss and she's scared that somebody gonna take her money out, and I already told you she said it. And that's how she feel. He doesn't make enough money. That's what it is. I'm letting you know, if that was any kind of a man of social and economic status, then she would be with it. That's what I feel.
Well, but he spent the last, well, 5 years on the haves and the have-nots. He was making a little bit of money for himself until they killed his character.
Oh, is that who he is?
Yes, that's cute, boo. That's cute. That's cute. That's
I didn't know that's who he is. Look, girl, why you telling me I was
Quincy, yes. So she didn't just go getting on nobody. He said he's a ghostwriter for some of our favorite songs. I wonder which one, which ones he ghost wrote,
I bet it ain't Tank. Anyway. Sorry, I had a moment. So anyway, she goes to Tahiri and Bottom. And like we was talking about earlier, he says he doesn't see the same love she had for other men. And I'm over here like, why? Why is he
so focused on her past? Why is he so focused on her past relationships?
Right. I just don't.
You're a different man. You should be appreciative that I'm a different person in this relationship.
You know what it is? The reason he's so focused on her old men is because she's dated better men than him.
Yeah, he's
thinking about that Joe Budden.
Yeah, he's intimidated.
Yes. Excuse me. He knows she got a whole proposal in the middle of Times Square from Joe Budden. How much better can you do than that?
Yeah, how can you top that?
You can't. Okay, and that's just what it is. He's probably gonna have to move on with those insecurities. Like I said, they're not gonna make it. Anyway, when they cut to the confessional, she straight up says he's immature, like we just did, and I agree. So anyway, they go to the next scene, and this is a actual confrontation between Tahiri and Hazel E. Because Tahiri finds out that Hazel E tells her man, or went and told her man what happened. Like, went behind her back, girl code went behind her back and was talking to her man about her unzipping her shirt or whatever and showing her bra. And she let Tahiri have it too. She was like, I'm not worried about your fat ass.
She was like, I'm not threatened. I'm not threatened. I'm not threatened. She went straight to New York. Oh, I'm not threatened. I'm not threatened. Okay. Yeah, she was all over that.
Quiet as kept. I think Tahiri would drag.
Hey.
All through that kitchen. I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure.
Pretty sure.
Positive.
But anyway, they cut to a bedroom scene, and they show Willie and Shonda in their bedroom, and they realize that some of the wallpaper is down. So are you listening to me?
Yeah,
you're listening to me. A few of the text messages are gone off of Willie and Shonda's room.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, that's kind of cool. It's almost like symbolic of them breaking the walls down or whatever.
Making a breakthrough. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So then later in the evening, they show Hazel E and Tahiri turning up with Corrupt. Why they do that? Tony come down and she hot. She mad. She says basically he hasn't eaten a piece of food in what she say 3 or 4 days.
Wow, he just been drinking.
Yeah.
Whew. And do you know how skinny you got to be to look that skinny on camera? He is really thin, isn't he?
The camera put 10 pounds on you.
Yeah, he is really thin. So for him to look that thin on camera,
right?
He has to really be really
thin. He borderline Snoop from Baby Doll. from Baby Boy. If he had on one of them white beaters, I'm pretty sure we'll see his bones too, his ribs and his bones.
Yes, yes.
Anyway, this was a good episode. Like I said, the watching the marriage boot camps and the marriage therapy shows, it actually kind of helps me in my real life. Sometimes I feel like
Yeah, me
because
too.
I'm able to apply some of the situations and concepts that they are teaching the couples,
Mhm.
um, that the couples go through and that they're being taught. But um, other than that, like I said, we pretty much got it figured out already. Who's going for the money grab and who's just here to probably try to stay relevant or whatever. It's all good. It's entertaining.
Yeah, it is, and I'm really anxious to see how it is gonna turn out with Phaedra and Medina. Like, are they gonna come out and say they not in a real relationship? Because it just does not seem like it to me. Like you can have distance between you, no intimacy, no affection, no hugs, no kisses, and you already having problems to where you need counseling. It just
Right.
doesn't seem like a relationship. And then Phaedra kind of admitted to it when she was talking to Harry in the kitchen. She was like, "I don't want to give the sex yet because I just feel like you're supposed to make sure you really want to be in a relationship." So that would allude to the fact that they're not in a relationship, right?
Right. But
All
look,
right.
we got some comments here. Our cousin Jamal, he said, "Hey cousins, hey Jamal, and our daughter Monica, that's my boo, my bae. Hey girl."
Hey,
I can't
mom.
see the rest of the comments. Wait a minute. I see him. Hold on. Okay, so we got a comment from Sabrina, Carla, Lisa, Ronette, our cousin Shanika, or AKA LLSS. Okay, I feel you.
Hey.
Um, Smoke, Shawnessa Wins, Smoke Boo. Your big
Right, girl.
commented too. And Brandy Lindsay. I'm not sure who that is, but thanks for the love, y'all.
Yeah, thank you. We really appreciate you guys.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and wrap up this review. We will be back with more videos. If you haven't already, please like, comment, subscribe, get into the discussion. I mean, get into what we
And
saying.
hit that notification bell so you can be notified each and every time that we upload a video.
Please hit the bell for your bells, okay?
Thank you.